Hello everybody, my name is Bob, and we're playing From the Depths. I have a few more ships that I want to add to the fleet before we start the campaign. One is, and whether these will actually show up in the campaign or not is somewhat uncertain. Some of them almost certainly will, some of them might not. Um, Here's one. Now I figured that with the home can submarine having a bunch of rubber on the outside wasn't really going to make a difference because it's got great big propellers and it's got great big fuel engines and it's going to make a lot of noise. So it doesn't really matter if I had that covered in rubber. So I figured I might as well have more armor. Uh, Also, I wanted to have the attributes of both the Dory and the Dory M, the torpedo and the missile submarine, sort of all together in one body. So here's the Super Dory. It's 100,000 materials, so it's possible that I may not actually use it that much, since I would just have to sort of triple that to get some of my airships. So, Mango, what you doing, baby? Mango Tango, you want out? Sorry, I've got a cat situation. That was my internet semi-famous cat, Mango. Let's go ahead and load the Super Dory. What I'll probably do is I might use this sort of early mid campaign. And the thing about it is it's a great deal more armored than a lot of my submarines. It's got my patented whirligig on the back, in this case just for sonar. And it just basically got a big old honking engine. These are depth controls, I believe. Nope, that's electric engines. Why do I have electric engines on this? Oh, because of the decoys, I think. Like, why in the world do I have electric engines on this? I'm sure I had a reason. Okay, that's the decoy power. Okay, and this is the depth control. That's if it's about to run into the ground. That's another depth control. That sort of turns on the air pump if I'm about to hit the ground. PIDs for depth and roll, I imagine. Nope, that's none. That's pitch. Anywho, so it's got missiles and torpedoes. And it's got a lot more armor than a lot of my submarines have. Some of my submarines essentially have no armor. But it's got a bunch of little alloy tubes in here. It's a series of tubes. So it's better protected than most of my submarines. It's just got passive sonar. And it's also got a radar buoy, so it can see what's going on up at the surface. So I won't demonstrate it because it's just a submarine, you know. Now this is a big honking behemoth. It's closing in on a million resources, or a million materials to build. So it is a big boy. I don't know for sure that I will actually use it in campaign, though I might. It's the HBS Hammer Son. HBS stands for his boomer ship. It has 800,000 resources. Materials, rather, to build. Resources and materials are basically the same thing, just they're applied differently. And it's a big old ugly frog of a airship. But on the bright side, it's a big old ugly frog of an airship. Now, why do I use these instead of decoy missiles? I've not been all that impressed with the power of decoy missiles. Whereas these, I can crank these up to 1,000 and get a lot better results. And plus, because of their erratic behavior, they tend to throw missiles off. So let's just throw in something. Let's throw in a token enemy here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And the thing about that thing is it's just so big, even if it gets hit, it's just got layers and layers and layers and mass and mass and mass. And it's just not, you know. And like the Frontsider airship, it tends to keep its distance, which means that a lot of shots miss, but also shots that hit do a lot of damage. There's my anti-missiles, which are not really doing a great job right now. Not that it matters. However, once the missiles get back here, they get pretty thoroughly confused, so. Boom, boom, boom. And they got dead. Let's go ahead and peel off the skin. And again, it's just so huge that, even if it gets hit, it's just got so many layers to peel back. First we'll do this. And as you can see, there's a lot of alloy in here and metal. We go ahead and get into the innards. Okay, here's the anti-missile missiles, which we saw not doing such a great job. Big old custom jet engine. Thing goes 128 meters a second, which for this gigantic whale is pretty cool. It's got guns underneath for Sea Whiz. It's possible that I might actually should have gone with smaller guns and more of them, because I've got smaller guns and more of them on some of my other craft, and they seem to do better. Here's another Sea Whiz, which is kind of a largest Sea Whiz. The main guns are over here, actually over here and over here. This is a one-sider. The guns aren't in turrets; they all point out one direction. Because it can turn pretty fast, it doesn't matter as much. So it can pretty much always bring that one side, its left side, to bear on the enemy. The advantage of the one-sider is you can have your gun innards really buried, and there's not really much of an aperture for any rounds to come in and hit them. I'm not sure that I've ever actually had fought a enemy that was able to penetrate in here and shut these off. Yeah, sure they exist. I'm sure they exist, but it's not been a problem because it's buried deep inside the superstructure, deep inside the skin. So that's one reason why I like one-siders is You can bury the guns real deep inside. Lots of fuel engines. This thing is a hungry beast. Here doing nothing, it's probably chowing down on 20 resources a second, and in battle that would be probably 200-ish resources a second. AI. Do I have remote guidance missiles on these things, or is I just need that many sensors for the? Let me see. Where are my missiles at? My missiles here. I don't think I had remote guidance on these. I do not. I just need that for the frickin' sensors. That's kind of amazing. If so, yeah, I need that. That's how much processing power I need for all the sensors on this bad boy. So yeah, I have a lot of redundant sensors. What can I say? Lots of batteries because these are all railguns. Most of the maneuvering is done with custom jet engines. Um, I have a few thrusters, like right here, thrusters here and there otherwise, but most of it's custom jet engines. Um, and really, I might have been better off to go with steam turbines on this, but whatevs. Do I really need that much engine power? Jesus. Yeah, I probably would have been better off going with steam turbines on this and just have electric engine array for the few thrusters and stuff that I need for for fine tuning. But hindsight is 2020. Okay, so there's the ammo pile. I got one skin of alloy slope. Got some air. Alloy tubes. Some alloy tubes up here. Heavy armor. Stone. Where's the? Where is the? I think I'm heading toward the CPU here. Oh no, here's the ammo. So it's dug in pretty deep. And the same for the CPU. I think I just used stone in the ammo pile because I cloned it from the CPU, the armor area. I call it the hammer sum because initially it looked kind of like a hammer except with two ends. It looks less like that now. Looks more like a angry, obese salamander. All right, the next vehicle is one that I'm kind of proud of. The platypus Frontsider. Now I tried to put some paint on this thing to try to pretty it up, but it's not going to be pretty. I mean, it's just a big ugly box, and it's not even that big. It's just an ugly box. Nope. Did I not bring it in? What the hell happened? This is the platypus Frontsider. And I tried slapping a little paint on here to make it, look a little prettier. But no, it's ugly. It is damn ugly. And I used to call my fleet the Ugly Navy for that reason, cause I make ugly ships. I do. I make ugly ships. Um, But here it is. It's got the whirly gigs on the side this time because it's a Frontsider, and so the missiles tend to more come from the side rather than the back or something. And let's take a look inside. Nope. What the hell am I doing? Oh, build burst. Okay, this is a relatively small airship, and I actually originally attempted to make an airship that would be about 100,000 or 150,000 materials. This one's more than that. It's like 250,000. But here's the innards, missile defense here, and down here I have these simple weapons on a defense AI thing controller, and that seems to work better sometimes than ones that I build myself. So I just have about three of those. And a big old long gun inside. It takes up most of the length of the vehicle. There's AI, big honking fuel engine. More fuel engines over here because I actually wound up running out of engine power, and so I needed more engines, and so I had an empty space over here, and so I just stuck engines in there. Ammo dump. These are missiles that I designed to be able to most of the time defeat enemy lands, um, because they're mostly just reinforced bodies. They're lots of fins, a reinforced body, fuel tank, one explosive warhead, a turning thruster, and remote guidance. And even with the all these fins and the turning thruster, the thruster is set up to max. So very often, if it's a very fast target, it will miss the target. But because it's got so much health, because of all these reinforced bodies, it's very hard for anti-missile systems to kill it or to kill many of them. Um, so that's good. And yes, I'm missing out on all kinds of explosive content that could be in here, but I wanted to have something that I knew for sure was going to hit the target if it could turn fast enough. And it's got thumper head and remote guidance, which means I need a bunch of extra processing units in order to make it go. But that also means that it can't be defeated with countermeasures like you know whatever decoys and stuff. So and let's just do a regular view here. um, it's got a lot of armor in it, especially it's got a lot of armor in the face. But it's a relatively small craft, and there's not a lot covering all this boom boom in here. So it is vulnerable to some degree. Like I say, it's a relatively small airship by the standards of some of them I build. Um, so it can be squishy, but I mean it has a lot of the stuff that's going to hit him is going to hit him in the face, and this is all layers of armor, heavy armor. All right, let's bring it out against something that's got some.
Listening.
That's got some missile defense to it. Where is Harlech? It's got some missile defense to it. And it's trying to take those out, but it's really just not doing it. Now here's the lambs of the Harlech. Maybe not the best lambs in the world, but it is definitely a lamb system. And it's even tried to take out some of my APS shells, so... Actually is taking out some of my APS shells. Yeah, it actually is taking out some of my APS shells. But can't take out these. Kaboosh! And I would actually like to do a... loud. I'd actually like to do a surface ship using those missiles. Just because you kind of can't... As long as you're not going... you know... If you're going 30 meters a second, it's going to be hard to hit you, but otherwise it's going to hit you, you know, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt bad. Now, if some of those crams hit me in the face like that, it might hurt. But one advantage for these things over missiles, anti-missile missiles. Damn, I need to turn down the volume on that shit. One advantage for the simple weapons over the anti-missile missiles is they will actually try to take out crams. And it's not easy for them to hit me with crams, but if they do hit me, it's going to mess up my pretty little face. And I'm starting to get a nice little block confetti over here. And you're getting some block confetti off of me too. Yep, the face gets hit. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. That is a little... Alright, let's look in here at the cannons while we're waiting for this thing to die. Let's see, this one of them is just armor piercing. I put a super cavitation base on it just in case I needed to take on submarines. So that's that one, and the other one is squash head with HE warhead bodies. And it's 265 millimeters, 49.9 rounds per minute. I need to add more cooling to that, man. I just looked at that. I could do a lot faster with more cooling. I wonder if I could squeeze some cooling in here. Anyway. Let's see how the Harlech is doing. Let's start to take on a little bit of water. Oh, missed. Is it gonna go back for? Here we go. Yeah, see, it's actually taking out some of those APS shells. Yep. I got fins, multiple fins, and turning thruster on those missiles, and they still don't seem to turn quite fast enough. But what ifs? Ooh, I got hit. Where did I get hit? What happened? Oh, I got one of my guns. It got one of my guns. I'll be damned. Yeah, I took out a big chunk of the engine too, but I have spares. Something went boom boom. How about you die, please? Yeah, it went boom boom. Okay, did it just fly right through this hole? That might be what happened. It might have wrecked the barrel, and then once the barrel was gone, it could just fly through that hole. That's 83. I'm 95. We're just gonna assume that that we're gonna win on this one. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the missile test with the Banshee. It doesn't have the world's best missile defenses. I mean, it doesn't have lambs. These things kind of diminish the impact a bit, and the anti-missiles probably help, and the Sea Whiz over here probably helps. But still, some are going to get through. And because of the face of this thing is all armor, it doesn't really matter that much up to a point. I'll get some nice block confetti over here. Kaboosh! Now, a paladin will actually absolutely wreck this thing, but I did use the battle against Paladin to kind of improve my anti-missile a bit, but still in the end, the Paladin's going to wreck this thing because what you want with fighting a Paladin is that's the I think it's Onyx Watch missile ship is something that goes in a straight line, very fast, very far away, and with great missile defenses. But oh, okay, looks like the Banshee is stopped. And kaboom! There we go. Oh, there's my ugly Frontsider. That's all for right now. Until next time, hasta la vista. Adios. Up. Woo! Scary. Alright, bye bye. Here's a quick addendum. Just looking through the innards of this thing while I was recording, I realized I had a room for a hell of a lot more cooling than what I had on there. Like a lot more. So it was firing off at about 1 a second before. Now it is going at 193.8 rounds per minute. Let's see what that does. We'll just pop it up against a plunderer, just for grinsies. Oh yeah, that is so much better. Now, whether my ammo stockpile is going to keep up, I don't know. But, ah, yes. Ah, yes, look at the DACA. I do like. I do like. I do enjoy my DACA. Much better. Much, much better. So much better. Ah. 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 Much better. Now we are cooking with gas. Why I didn't see that before, I don't know. Whoa! Kaboosh! I think I was just too busy building and slapping stuff down to realize that I had that lack of cooling was slowing me down, and I had lots more room for cooling. Kaboosh! 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 Alright, well that is a big improvement. I like it. I like it, my DACA. Daddy's gotta go boom boom. Alright, goodbye.